Males follow commands.
I'm so glad that this is being pointed out and that people in society as a whole are seeing this about men and them following directions and commands and being raised to be hard. So it was my friend Honey Bruhada said to me recently, we were talking about a lot of the young, well, we're not young no more, the men that we grew up with and how they grew up to be such knuckleheads and a lot of them such losers. And she said, well, you have to think about it. When we were in home economics class, when we were going to the beauty shop and people were being kind to us, what were males? They were playing football. They were getting knocked in the head, the coaches yelling and screaming and cussing at them and throwing things and hitting them, teaching each other to be hard, teaching each other to hit each other and to just endure and suffer through the pain. And we were taught to connect to our feelings. And perhaps that might be one of the big issues that men are having today when women are having this awakening and saying, you know what, we don't want you in this state. We want you to work through the issues that you have. But a lot of times they don't want to do that. I'm going to come back and let you guys hear how Princella ended the rest of this conversation with some real good advice for men. Now, I remember years ago, I had my own business and I was dating a man who wanted to run my business. He felt that even though he didn't have any money, no expertise, no education, he felt that he knew better how to run my multi-million-dollar business. And so back during my mammying stage, I was dating him, dating a legacy of low achievement because I thought this is as good as it gets. He was the best that I could get of the legacies of low achievements. So I'm dating this guy and I have a whole building, right? A whole building. There are 200 people in the building and there is some trash on the floor. And he literally stepped over it was a trash bag that was sitting there that a elderly woman who was cleaning for us, she had it set down and she was getting ready to take it out to the dumpster. But in the process of after hours cleaning, he literally stepped over the bag. And I said, hey, pick that up. I said, throw it and put it in the trash can or set it over there. Why are you always trying to tell me what to do? Why are you always trying to boss me around? I just don't like the way you talk to me. You just act like I'm not a man because I don't have a business like you do. And I said to him, I said, okay, so you were a Division II quarterback. You almost went to the pros. And you are always telling this story about, he always tells this story about when he was in college, they had these big trash bags or trash cans that were set out. And when they had their, I guess their summer conditioning or tour days or whatever they call them, he says that they said, well, what are these big trash cans up there? And said, oh, because coach's going to have you throwing up in those by the time you finish with practice. He said they would work so hard for this white man that was coaching them that they would run over to the trash cans and throw up. So I said, do you remember you telling me this story? I said, so a white man can tell you to get a ball and run with it. He can tell you to run all day until you throw up. But me as a black woman that's CEO and running this business, I can't ask you to pick up a bag of trash and move it over to the side so that you don't have to step over it and to help the elderly black lady that I'm paying to take it out. You can't move that bag. I said, but you can listen. I said, so what's the difference? And he just looked at me and said, I don't know.
Males follow commands. They don't actually listen. So in the military or programs like that, they break them down and they program them to follow commands, right? Yeah. So they never actually go into themselves to really work on themselves.